Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty exciting things to go over. We have some new rumors and hints towards next year's Pokemon game, and then we have a few other bits and bobs to go over about the Indigo Disk DLC. Quite a lot to break down and get into today though, so if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over the new 2024 Pokemon game rumors and hints. It is, of course, Riddler-Ku tweeting this out, and he's posted 4 different images, one being Kanto, another being Johto, another being Unova, and then the last one being Paldea. And then he went on to say 2024 predictions, and then he replied to that tweet saying, well, found the clue, all titles entitled with colors. So, of course, all of these regions, like games, are to do with colors. So obviously you got red, blue, and yellow, you got gold and silver, you got black and white, and then you also have scarlet and violet. So all of those are colors. It's a little bit different to like, I don't know, X and Y, which obviously isn't a color, it's just a letter. So that's why he's kind of posted these 4 different regions. That's kind of what they have in common. But as well as that, they're all things that could also potentially happen next year as well. Like we could get, in terms of Scarlet and Violet, we could get like an enhanced version. There was a leak a while ago saying that when the Indigo Disk came out, again, I feel like times have changed and stuff. I mean, they got a lot of things right in that leak, but a lot of stuff has been wrong now. But I think that's just because of time constraints and stuff. Like they said originally that the Indigo Disk was coming out next year, and there was going to be like an enhanced version of Scarlet and Violet dropping with it, with like the new Nintendo console. But obviously we've still had no word of the Nintendo console. There might be an enhanced version for Scarlet and Violet next year if the new Nintendo Switch console comes out, which it very likely is going to be. So we might get like a, I don't know, a better FPS version of Scarlet and Violet, and that could be the Paldea thing. Unova could literally just be like Legends Unova or Black and White remakes. And then Johto could simply be Let's Go Johto or something like that. And then, of course, Kanto would be intertwined into Johto because Johto's postgame is you going back to Kanto. So they could all literally happen next year. It would be a massive year for Pokemon if that was the case. But it wouldn't be too difficult to do the Scarlet and Violet thing because you literally just, it's the same game. It's just like an enhanced version on the next console. They've already got everything already sorted. Obviously for the Black and White game, like if that is Legends Unova or Black and White remakes or whatever, it will be just similar to when they did Legends Arceus and the BDSP remakes. So that would be the situation there with like Legends Unova and then obviously Let's Go Johto. We've had 2 games in like 1 fiscal year before, so there's nothing to stop us from happening that again, from that happening again. So that's another thing that could happen. The other thing, them all being linked means that like next year's Pokemon game could be something to do with colors, but it's not going to be a new main series game. It's most likely going to be either Johto or Unova. But those are just some of the things that could potentially be what he's like talking about here. We also have Absolutely here as well, this Twitter user here who is quite a big data miner in the community. They did data mine a lot of stuff about I think the Gimmighoul stuff all came from Absolutely and a couple of other things as well. But they actually posted saying, replying saying Johto, let's go. And then we also have Riddler-Ku here replying with like a loved up face. I don't know if that's him like just joking or saying, yeah, that's going to happen. But I still personally think Let's Go Johto is going to be for the new Nintendo console. I think they're going to do what they did with the Switch. So obviously when the Nintendo Switch came out, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was the first main series Pokemon game on it. And so for the next Nintendo console, they might do something similar with the Nintendo Switch 2. They might do just Let's Go Johto this time. And obviously that would allow us to go back to Kanto. I don't think you could do Johto without the post-game of Kanto because it's one of the reasons why Johto is like really well loved, because there's literally 2 regions in one game. So that could be obviously one thing. Again, he might just be like joking there. He probably is. I don't think Let's Go Johto is going to happen next year. I think it's going to be Unova remakes next year, or whatever Unova game we're going to get. Then the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out next year as well, and then the year after we get Let's Go Johto, and then in 2026 obviously we get something big like Gen 10 for like the 30th year anniversary or something like that. So that's that. We also have people on Reddit talking about this as well. So we have this post here saying, since he's saying it's a prediction and not a poll, it means that we'll get all of it. So we could get Kanto and Johto being virtual console, which is also very, very likely. Unova remake, and then the Academy, it may mean the DLC 3, or it could be a way of saying the Academies will be featured in the Unova remake, since we can access Bloomery Academy in Scarlet and Violet. So that's a really good shout. I do really like that kind of idea because it does still kind of incorporate all of these ideas, but obviously not all as main series games. So yeah, the virtual console could be Kanto and Johto. That could easily very well happen, especially because the 3DS eShop has closed now. We could get black and white remakes just as we would, and then then there might be like strong hints in black and white to Paldea, because obviously of the Blueberry Academy, especially if it's like a Unova set in the future after Black and White 2. There would probably be a lot of reports about the Blueberry Academy and stuff. So that's a very, very good shout from this person here. And then other people saying, so essentially Kanto for the up to time. Number 2 could be Let's Go Johto, which would have Kanto again, but I'm willing to let that one slide. Number 3, a Unova game. There are 3 possibilities. And then number 4, more Scarlet and Violet DLC for them actually try to do another enhanced version of the game. So that's kind of like what other people are thinking as well. So yeah, there's like a number of different possibilities here. And yeah, because he's not put a poll, like when he puts a poll, it's like one of the options, definitely. But when he just puts like predictions, like obviously he knows what the next Pokemon game is going to be, and it's very likely now it's going to be one of these 4 different options, which we kind of thought anyway. Like we knew we weren't going to get like a Gen 6 remake next year or a Gen 7 remake next year or anything like that. But all of these 4 different options are always a possibility. Like Kanto is a little bit less likely, but I think, you know, like I say, if we go back to Johto, then obviously Kanto is going to be incorporated into that. I do like the virtual console idea, though. I think that's more likely than them making like 2 more games next year and an enhanced version. Yeah, that's a very, very good shout. But again, that doesn't really incorporate the color thing either, unless like the virtual console is just bringing like all the color games and stuff. We'll have to wait and see. We do also have Soul Silver talking about this as well, saying, I'm not crying, you're crying. Honestly, I'd be so happy with any of these except for Kanto, unless it was in the Gold Silver Crystal remake. But as long as we get something next year with a few new Pokemon / forms, I'll be happy. Craziest Copium would be all of these, even if just DLC. And then don't forget, many of Q's posts are beating around the bush, but if there's a theory to be made here, 2024 could be a game set in Unova related to time travel, being Scarlet and Violet, mixing the past, which is Johto, and the future, Kanto, maybe even made into the Scarlet and Violet engine, or maybe there's a mainland academy. So yeah, it could be very well something to do that, like fusing them all together into one kind of thing. It's definitely another way to look at it, and like I say, that's just 3 different possibilities that it potentially could be. But let me know your thoughts on it. What do you think that he means by this? Which one would you rather out of all of them? Do you think they all could be a possibility? Do you think it's fused into one? Do you think it is to do with mainline and virtual console? Let me know your thoughts on all of that. We have some other leaks to go over from like the Indigo Disk stuff and everything like that. So we have this potential theory here from Soul Silver. So of course we had Riddler Coup posting about legendaries in Sudachi 2 being the Indigo Disk a while ago with all these different like snacks and stuff. And as we now know from the Indigo Disk preview, there are actual snack machines in the Blueberry Academy. And so we have Soul Silver here saying, I can't be the only one that thought of this, right? I wonder if there's any relation. Maybe like a separate legendary side quest machine that makes finding them quicker. And then we also have Osmio here saying, hey, I'd like a Necrozma. Sure, that'd be 100,000 Pokédollars, please. Actually, I can totally see this, but with battle points, because remember, battle points are in Indigo Disk. We know that now from the previews. Imagine if you have to battle enough to get a specific amount of battle points or some other form of currency, then just go to the legendary machine, and if you have enough points, you can buy whichever legendary you want. I'm just speculating, of course. I don't think it'd be anything like that. I think it's more likely that potentially you get an item from these vending machines, and that's what kind of triggers the side quest. Or maybe like a legendary raid or something like that. I don't think you literally get a legendary from the vending machine, because I mean, you'd probably still be able to like soft reset it and stuff, but we know that there's static encounters, and a vending machine isn't. I mean, I guess it is a static encounter, but not in the sense that the side quests are kind of talking about. Because I guess if you were going to the game corner in like the original games and stuff, then that is, I guess, a static encounter. But yeah, not in this sense. So I personally think that the vending machines are going to be linked to the legendaries, but I think it's going to be like special items and stuff that you can get with battle points or maybe something like that in order to kind of activate the side quest for these legendaries. And then finishing things off as well, we have this information about like the ball, like the kind of crystal ball thing at the top of Blueberry Academy, which allows terrestrialization and stuff like that. So we have Soul Silver out here saying, we know from yesterday's Indigo Disk previews that there's a Terra Disco Ball / disc which allows terrestrialization at the top of the terrarium, and Serrano doesn't remember what it's made of. We also know the Blueberry Academy is Serrano's passion project dream. Could that terrarium be Serrano's dream made into a reality after he came into contact with the treasure of Area Zero, Terrapagos, or special Terra Crystals? Because remember, we're thinking that it does create like dreams and stuff like that, or there's something that allows dreams to become a reality, and this very well could be it. This would just be like the theory that the professors dreamt of a time machine and it became a reality, or that they used Heath's phantom memory to build the time machine. Maybe Serrano used the treasure purposely or even unknowingly, and when this happened he went unconscious just like Heath and doesn't remember what happened. Then he woke up with ideas written down on how to build the terrarium, or maybe it was just magically already built for him. I do kind of like this idea, and it does kind of it does make sense in the same kind of way that obviously Heath doesn't remember anything, and you know, maybe Serrano activated it. Like maybe it just wipes your memory, like maybe it just wipes the dream from your memory or something like that. And then that's obviously what happened with Heath, and that's obviously what happened with Serrano as well. Because the fact that he doesn't know like what it's made of is a bit weird when he created it. Like if he didn't have any idea what it was, why would he be putting something like that into something he's created, just because of maybe the repercussions and stuff that could potentially happen from it? So yeah, I think he definitely at one point knew what it was, but has since lost his memory because of maybe something what happened to Heath or something like that. But either way though, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything that we covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on Riddler's post here about the 2024 predictions, the Kanto, Johto, Unova, Paldea stuff? Which one would you like the most? Obviously, which one do you think is most likely? And then also, what are your thoughts on the vending machine situation being related to Riddler's leak a while ago, and then also the crystal ball situation as well? But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a great rest of your day, have a great weekend, and until next time, peace.